Hey guys, and warm welcome back to the channel. My name is Grace if you're new here, and this is the Rusty Thicket. I am a watercolor artist, and I've been working on some new things for the rest of this season. But this is technically part 2 of my last video on how I used my Cricut to make watercolor jewelry. I actually used my Cricut to cut all of the small pieces of watercolor paper that I use in my magnets and all that kind of stuff too. This video isn't going to be exactly what I was hoping for. It was very difficult with my setup and my lack of setup to film things exactly the way I wanted to, but I will show off all of my stuff and I'll walk you through my process. And then I have a few things to show off, like my sticker tower. I know it's not much to everybody, I'm sure, but I'm very excited because I bought it with my own business money and I'm making upgrades, and I'm just really thrilled about the way things are going lately. So if you saw in the last video, I used my Cricut to cut different pieces of paper out to be specific sizes so that I don't have to hand cut them, first of all, and second of all so that they are extremely precise. One of the things I love the most about the Cricut is that I don't have to do it. I can take a few measurements and plug things in the computer and it does all the work for me, and it takes out such a huge portion of the prep so that I get to actually just do the painting, which is my favorite part, obviously. So I bought a set of stainless steel jewelry, like cabochon pieces, and I really love how they turned out, but I definitely got into a few hiccups, I guess, because one of the reasons that I went in with resin, that was an upgrade I also made because I was doing just the diamond glaze glue. But one of the things that I decided to purchase the resin for was because I wouldn't have to battle bubbles quite so badly. I got online and I was looking, and it seems like if the glue underneath has not completely and totally dried, and there is still a little bit of wet glue, when you put it under the UV light and things start to heat up and to bake, then some of that, I guess it's just oxygen that's being burned off. I really don't know the science behind it, but all I know is that it basically boils the non-dried glue, and then you can get bubbles from that, among other reasons. But I think that's my problem because I'm gluing down a piece of paper before I do the curing part of it. I should have done it the way I did before, which was curing this paper to the glass dome first and then gluing it in. And honestly, I just brain farted that. I just forgot that that's how I'd done it the first place. So, you live and learn. But anyway, I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not. So there is a shiny, like, reflective looking piece in here, and I truly don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's basically what a bubble looks like when it has dried on the inside of this glass dome. It's an air pocket, essentially. So, when you have a piece that's basically, it's a second now, I might be able to sell it. I'm gonna see if people are interested in it, but it will be a cheaper price. And that's just, it comes with doing business, I guess. Not all your products are going to be 100% all the time. There is definitely trial and error. I'm gonna show you the clips of me putting these together as best as I can, because I took a little bit of a time lapse and a couple of little, like, starting out videos, but my UV light is USB, something I'm going to obviously have to upgrade, but I don't have anywhere around here that I can plug that into, and the cord's only like, maybe this long. So I had to take it to the kitchen, and it's just not a great place to film. I tried. But anyway, so I will show you how a lot of this turned out. These were probably my favorite. All of the earrings turned out absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait for people to see them. I did little frogs, little mushrooms. If anything, I would do just earrings again because they were small and cute and fun, and There's just something about the really dainty pieces that really resonate with me. I made quite a few I actually went through my entire set that I had. So all 5 necklaces, 5 sets of earrings and bracelets. And this is how the necklaces turned out. I don't know if people are gonna buy these, but you know, we're gonna see. I would wear it. I don't know if I would buy it. It would really have to depend on the art behind it, obviously, but I think I have some regulars that would come back and probably buy a necklace or 2 from me. And then I really love how the bracelets ended up. Very dainty, very cute. I'm going to probably choose a set to keep and wear at my next event so people can see them on. I'm really digging the mushrooms, but I think they'll sell the best, so I might be adopting the snails, we'll see. And then the thing that I had the most difficult time doing were the barrettes. They turned out great, other than just like a couple of little things, and honestly seeing them the next day, they're a lot less bad than when I had originally seen them. And again, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but there is a bubble up here. It's more textured than really shiny or reflective, so I think it's gonna be fine, but I'm going to point it out to everybody. And they're not gonna be as expensive as I was expecting to sell them for, because like I said, they're not top tier product. And you know, if nobody ends up being interested in them because of their flaws, that's totally fine. I will figure out what to do with them, and I'll probably just use them myself, because honestly, look how cute that is. And I'm not going to put it in my hair because like I said, people are going to potentially buy these. And I have wiped everything down that like comes in contact with your skin, so like the earring stuff. But I just think they turned out really, really cute despite some of my issues. And this is really where I had the most problem with the resin, I believe, boiling or baking or whatever, the non-dried glue at the bottom, and it basically created air pockets that came up just on this one little side. But then I was getting the groove of it, things were getting better and better, and then I don't know what happened with this one, but they just started coming up all over in the center. So I did some research, and it looks like maybe I should take a lighter to things to kind of warm it up before I really start like immediately putting it under the black light or the UV light. And another thing that I read was you could probably, you know, start the light up kind of high away from it and then drop it down so it would be more gradual. And I think that's what I'm gonna try next time, because these don't have the glass dome to mess with. You know, you have to put the piece in first to then coat it with resin. But they turned out really pretty regardless, so I'll be doing it again. I'm just not sure how they will sell yet. We will have to see. So yeah, this one came out a little more textured. I'm not really sure why. I didn't touch the surface area on that much at all. I did have to figure out how to make them lay flat, because obviously when they lay on the ground, it's at a slant. So I had to clip them to something, and I don't know if maybe I brushed it with my sleeve or something like that. But you can, what I love about the resin too, and instead of the glue, is that you can still see some of the glitter pen that I used on like the wings and stuff of the moths. I just think they turned out precious, and I can't wait for people to at least see them. All right, and then the next thing is I am working on some more pieces. I've got at least 5 or 6 of these that I would like to have done before Saturday, and it's currently Thursday. So I got some work to do there. This came in weeks before I thought it was supposed to. I was so excited to get it, but I will comment one like it in the description box, but I'm not going to actually share the link to this one because it came missing pieces. And thankfully I have acrylic sheets, because that was one of the things that was missing, and I could make my own, whatever this is called, shelf piece or whatever. But it was pretty easy to put together. I'm really glad to have something that's going to display all of my stickers all at once. And then from here I can rotate them out because I won't keep all of the designs all of the time as I'm kind of going through them. The other thing that I want to show you, and I'm not sure, you know, some of you may not like bugs. I hope so if you're on my channel, but my husband and I were talking the other day and he said, or I showed him a picture of a moth. I can't remember how it happened, but I showed him a picture of one and he's like, hey, those look a lot like the ones in my shop. So he works trailer maintenance with the Air Force and they have these big, huge bays where they do all their work and stuff. And he said that when they do perimeter checks and things like that around the building, sometimes he comes across these really big moths that have died. And if you know anything about moths, a lot of them don't have mouths, so they only have a certain amount of time for their lifespan. It's pretty common to see dead moths. I'm sure most of you have over your lifetime, but I've never seen any like these in this amount, so they must have like a nest nearby or something that it's just, you know, common. And I'm not gonna handle them too much because I'm not sure what I want to do with them yet. But he brought me the most beautiful sets I think I've ever seen. Let me look up really quick exactly what kind they are. I'm gonna use Google Lens if you've never done that. All you have to do is take a picture and then hit the lens button if you've got a Google Pixel at least. So these are actually Japanese silk moths. I would love to be able to like put these up on my wall or something. I'm not really good at entomology type stuff. Like I don't know how to manipulate their wings to lay out without breaking them, and you know, but if you have any ideas or if you think I could like send them into a place to have them done up for me, that would be awesome. I'm gonna look around and see what I can come up with, but they are in fantastic shape. There's a couple little tears on a few of them, but otherwise they're really beautiful and I would love to display them somehow. But I think that's really it. I'm sorry that it's not more of a tutorial like I was hoping. I am working on my setup. I'm working on getting some lighting. I am getting a camera. Let's just say the first of the year is going to have lots of nice little changes, but I'm also trying not to get too far ahead of myself because I've got a lot going on with these upcoming events. After December 3rd, I'm gonna take a little bit of time off. Things are gonna slow down a little bit and then we'll kind of get going. I mean, art-wise, we're gonna do Vlogmas still, so don't worry about that. But art-wise, I'm gonna kind of take a little bit of a chill pill, and then starting again in January, we'll get back onto like studio vlogs and things like that, because I think my next event probably won't be until maybe March or April. I think there's an Easter event that I could set up at, and I don't think there's anything before that. But anyway, I know there's a lot of talking, sorry about that. I have a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, but I will see you next week. I am going to do the giveaway next week on Monday, so make sure you tune in for that. I will show you how to win that giveaway. It's gonna be all of the stuff from Vlogoween that we did get to, plus a bunch of extra goodies that you haven't seen. So lots of little surprises, and I might even do multiples just depending on how my next couple of days go, this weekend and stuff like that, because I have a couple things I'd still like to get to add to that. But anyway, I will see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We are growing all the time and it's awesome, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.